Viewers, let no one tell you that India didn't stand its ground in Galwan. Our 20 martyrs put the Chinese to the sword, quite literally. There have been more than 50 plus casualties on the Chinese side. We are being told by highly placed sources who have been intercepting communications between Chinese area commanders and local unit heads that number on the Chinese side is expected to rise because several of those who are injured are very, very critical. Viewers, we are also being told that hours after the clash, the Chinese mobilized a large number of rescue vehicles, emergency rescue vehicles, helicopters to scramble to the Galwan Valley to airlift some of their wounded and their dead. Those pictures are now emerging. Yet time and again, those that think that their cause is advanced by suggesting that our forces were somehow tied down from taking measures to bloody China's nose continue asking questions which are quite frankly today misplaced. These pictures that you're seeing on your screens, viewers, are commercial satellite images. Therefore, their resolution is not so sharp, but what it tells us is that those white-colored vehicles are, according to those who know military matters and have a very keen eye on what the Chinese possess by the way of hard infrastructure, are medevac vehicles which have been rushed in massive numbers. Viewers, this is the first time we've got proof on camera to suggest that the Chinese have been badly, badly hit. Their lies exposed. Let me tell you, viewers, that, and we will come to that because this is the information we are getting, the Chinese are going to build a massive misinformation or disinformation campaign. They're going to suggest that the Indian Jawans and officers were somehow abandoned by their very own, that they literally froze to death. That is not the case, viewers. Our men fought hand to hand, bloodied the Chinese noses, were also, of course, ambushed by Chinese thuggery. The Chinese used knives and other primitive clubs, betraying a medieval mindset, a cowardly one. Knocked out some of our soldiers and then began pushing them down the mountain sides so that they would fall into the freezing waters unconscious. This is not in conformity with the Geneva Conventions, viewers. This state, the dragon, is running rogue, but it cannot hide. Those days are gone. China's quasi-dictators, their Communist Party, might lie to its citizens, but in today's world, whether it comes to exporting the COVID-19 virus or trying to play down your own casualties, you won't get away with it. Vivek Narayan is one of India's first reporters who has landed in Leh. He's been speaking to a large number of those who have witnessed firsthand what went on or have first-person accounts. He is there with us. Vivek, this was an exercise in Indian courage. We stood foot to foot with the Chinese and made sure that the Chinese got the message that this time, this India, today's India, is not 1962's India. Vivek.
Rahul, let me just bring you up to speed on my exact location. I am at SNM Hospital in Leh. This is the government hospital, the biggest state-run hospital in Leh. This is a big complex, and I've been here since 8:30 a.m. There has been a steady stream of army trucks out there. If you see out there, you can see one truck. That truck is carrying the body of an Indian soldier. Since 8 a.m., these bodies have been coming to the mortuary. There is autopsy going on. Why is an autopsy required? Well, autopsy is a legal requirement, and B, it is also required to know what actually happened to these boys. We were told at that point, when I spoke with these people who were accompanying the body, we did not take pictures, by the way, at that point. That was not the intention. The idea was to speak to them. And the first person account that I got from the people who were there, the ones who accompanied the body from the location, brought it to DOB, Daulat Beg Oldie, and from there they brought it here for autopsy. Their faces were stiff. Stiff because of what happened there on the location. Stiff also because they had seen so many die. Stiff also because the response that they are seeing outside India and within India is something perhaps they cannot fathom. And it is justice, complete injustice that any Indian would be doing to their memories, to their bravery, if they question what has happened. These people, after a point of time, were opening up. They were telling us, both other ranks and officers were opening up and telling us on what exactly happened. One word that stood out is that that they said was that unko humne karara jawab diya. He clenched his fist and said, karara jawab diya. Now, army men are not very expressive, especially other ranks and some people who have been exposed to this kind of a shocking situation. But they said, just wait till you hear. But one must understand that China is not India. We have the Indian democracy, Indian people, Indian government has a responsibility towards every soldier who is serving in the army, to the mother, to the wife, to the parent. They have to tell them if their son is lost, if their son is killed. And by the end of the day, it will happen. But in China, even if 100 people died in that skirmish out there, the state will not put out. You know, Rahul, very well what happened about 2 to 3 decades back with the Tiananmen Square. Thousands of parents lost their children, but still we don't know the names of who have killed. Exactly that kind of propaganda is still on. And that propaganda is a worldwide phenomenon. What is more shocking is that there are individuals in our own country who are propagating that. These individuals may be social groupings, may be political groupings, or people who call themselves intellectuals, China experts. But that is the greatest disservice that they are doing. I will try and give you an example of a true Indian. This is an example that every individual who is questioning what happened out there